hit record. Welcome everybody to our Tuesday morning business building call. Today is Tuesday, June 30th, I believe. And we have been doing this call now for almost a year. It's a year next month that we offer business building tips and things that you can add to your repertoire of tools to help you build your business. Today, Onyx will not be joining us as it is her birthday. So please, everybody energetically and virtually wish Onyx a happy birthday today when you have some time. Our birthdays coming and going. Each one of us, as we're getting older, become more and more special every single day. So we're super blessed by our X39 to help us stay and feel younger. I know so many testimonials are coming in. So today what I wanted to do was talk to you guys a little bit about an elevator pitch. And the reason why I thought about doing this today was because I actually changed mine. You know, my recruitment has really been around my testimony. You guys all know my testimony. X39 was given to me by a vendor in the real estate world. He walked it into my office and said, I think you should try this. He knew the struggles that I had with my neck and things that were happening to me as degenerative disc disease kept taking on a further progress with me, something that I've had since I was 13 because I broke my neck in 3 places. And as you get older, arthritis and things cause it to go, get worse. And then I had gotten into a car accident. So that was the introduction reason why I found X39. But as we've presented this product and learned about what it can do and heard the testimonies coming in, one of the most special things that warms my heart is when people call me and say, I just feel a better sense of peace. And in this time, the times that we're all going through right now, we're all struggling with doing things a little bit different. And I had a talk with Onyx last week. And, when I went out and said, hey, Onyx, have you seen this? She thought I was trying to recruit her, but not in a million years did I ever think she'd say, send me a link. I asked her, had she seen it? Because I knew she was somebody that understood the power of light therapy. Because she had told me so many times from my own healing processes that I needed to get into a red light bed. However, that may be through my gym or purchase one. Onyx owns one. And so with it being photobiomodulation and me seeing that it was the power of the light, I sent it to her and said, hey, have you seen this? Can you explain this to me in realtor terms? Why is this working? And then the conversation went from that is it working? I'm like, yeah, it worked in 4 times of wearing this patch. And I feel like, a great improvement and my hand isn't numb anymore. So anyways, jump forward. We're now 11 months into this. And we had the conversation the other day and she said, when you reached out to me, you didn't talk about, oh my God, this is great. Oh my, she goes, you literally shared the fact that, what is this? And what's it doing? She goes, maybe we should change the message. And I said, what do you mean? And she said, rewrite your elevator script to why it is this patch is so special to you and what it's doing to most of our people almost immediately. So some of the things that people feel in the first 24 hours is almost always, I think 95% of the time I get, yeah, I slept better. I slept more sound. I got a better quality sleep. And then within the 2 days of wearing the patch, we usually get, I just feel a sense of calm or a sense of peace. And, we were getting these testimonies way before all of this things that are changing in our world. And I'm being careful not to say those words because they'll take my videos off of YouTube. But since this all started, we were getting those testimonials. So we have something by sharing the light that can actually help people within a matter of 24 to 48 hours actually just feel that sense of joy, sense of calm, sense of peace. So I went out and rewrote my elevator script. And what an elevator script is, basically think about when you jump into an elevator and you're standing there with somebody you don't know, what are you going to say that you can get out of your mouth that's going to prompt them enough to say, yeah, you know what, take my number and send me some information. So they'll give you their information so you can share. So it's got to be this short little thing that's going to grab them to want to be a part of this and hear more. So what I did was I rewrote my elevator script. So let me pull it up here real quick. So I rewrote it to this, and it simply says, I got started with a company called LifeWave last year, not ever expecting it to do what it did or turn into what it has. I got started because the product worked for me. what I realized is it is more of a movement to help heal not just people, but the world. The technology is light therapy, which goes to work systematically to reactivate your own dormant stem cells. The most common, quickest change people feel in their health is more joy, less stress, and an overall improved sense of peace. We are on a serious mission to share this light. And then I would obviously go to them and say, are you interested in hearing more? And if they say no, you let them walk on. This is really for somebody that you don't know. And you know, I'll probably change this over the next week or two, several times. But what are you guys doing for a elevator script? Unmute yourself if you have a quick 30-second thing that you can say that you open up a conversation with. I'd love to hear it. Anybody out there?
I'll give it a go. It's Alex. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, I don't actually have a script written. I've had a hard time doing that because as soon as I get in the elevator, I forget it. So it's more, you know, I just try to stay really present to whatever I'm feeling from them. But in general, I'm kind of looking to say something like if somebody actually asks me, you know, well, what are you up to? I always have to say something first just to get their attention, you know, hey, how's it going? You know, it's a nice day or whatever. How are you holding up in these times? But then it would be, well, you know how people are, you know, I've been suffering with degenerative stuff all these years, you know, not enough sleep, a lot of pain and all this. So I'm so excited that I found an affordable stem cell therapy that's actually regenerative, and it's something that I'm so excited about now that you know, I just jumped all in. Like there's something around that. It's kind of like, here's the problem, you know how everybody has this problem, well now there's this new exciting affordable solution. So it's usually in that format, and then I kind of am quiet right there, and they usually say what, and then I say, well, are you familiar with stem cells? And then I can have that conversation direct. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And that is really how it, you know, I'm one of those type of people, being in real estate for so many years, over 2 decades now. You talk to people you don't know, because those people you don't know are the people that are your future clients and customers. So I'm forever saying things. If somebody even makes eye contact with me, that's a go. And I'll just start talking to them. And, you know, my husband sometimes he's just like, I can't believe you can just talk to so many people that you don't know. I took my kids out of state one day, and we were in Coos Bay, and we left Walmart, and my kids were like 10 and 11. They said, Mom, how did you know all those people in there? I go, I don't know. She goes, why are you talking to them? So I'm like, hey, if people are friendly enough to at least have eye contact with me, I create a conversation, and it's just what I do. And it's a habit. Obviously, I'm not going to sell a house in Coos Bay, but it's just a habit. At the time, I didn't have a network marketing business, but it is a habit of mine. So if they make conversation, or anybody even kind of smiles my way, I say, hey, how are you doing? You know, nice shopping with you today. And then if they say I'm doing, you know, whatever, and then it goes from there. So I am also like Alex, I don't have it memorized. This just made me sit down and think about, how can I change the message? Because I do think that whether or not you're feeling the pain or not, if you have something specifically wrong, X39 is such a needed product. I think everybody out there can benefit from this product. I had a situation where I went up and seen a friend, and she's like, well, it's just, I don't notice the difference as much when I'm wearing it. And I said, because it's tackled what it was tackling, what was evident to you. Now let it go to work and tackle what inside your body, rejuvenating what you don't know is evident. And it literally made her put the patch back on and continue to wear it. So stay in contact with your people because of that, because I just don't think that there's nobody out there that doesn't need this patch. Everybody has something that needs to be regenerated at some point.
Kathy, can I say something?
Absolutely.
I just wanted to like pop in there on elevator speech idea. You know, it's such a short time in an elevator. Sometimes you only have 1 floor, sometimes you have 6, whatever. And to get into all of it, this is very complex. I just mentioned stem cells, and if people know about them or they're interested in them, it makes a little difference. Because I think most people have heard about stem cells and they think it's very complicated, and we're just trying to make it simple.
Right. And I agree with that, actually. And when the elevator speech is, I don't know about you guys, but I live in the Valley, and we don't even have many big buildings. So over here in an agricultural district. So I'm very rarely in an elevator. It's just kind of a word is something that's short. You have a short amount of time. So absolutely. And I do think for those that have a hard time remembering something, that opening sentence of what do you know about stem cells is the perfect thing. If you've got something in your heart, what do you know about stem cells? And then if they engage back into you, you can talk about the various things that, you know, we know this, but I do think we need to put a little bit more emphasis on this, that if somebody
personalized, it has to be personalized. And that, I think it's what the previous caller was saying. It's personalizing it to that moment. And you know, you can't just have a blatant speech and just say, this is what I do, because then you're kind of Tourette's.
And I don't know how many people are actually out there picking up the phone and calling. I try to make at least 50 calls a day. My days have gotten so hectic because real estate's picking back up for me again. But when you make those calls, that's when a rehearsed known script is good. And, you know, that's really when I'm going to be using this. But absolutely, it's got to be specific. It's got to be specific to that moment and what you think that person is going to need. Alex, were you going to say something?
Kathy?
Yeah. Just real quick, another just kind of quick 1-2 when you only have a second, or when you're on the phone or just listening to a friend. With the times the way they are, it's not hard to say, how are you holding up? You know, what's going on? The moment somebody complains about anything, sleep, pain, energy, focus, stress, any of that, like any of it, we can say, oh my gosh, that sounds hard. I totally get it. I've been hearing a lot of that lately. What do you know about stem cells? I mean, you can just have that little switch and be listening for the trigger, the thing that you can empathize with, recognize it, say, wow, that sounds hard. I might have something for you. Have you heard of stem cells? And then that little, you really don't need much more than that.
No, absolutely. So, Beamy, what did you want to add?
Well, I was going to say something now similar to what Alex said. I usually open most of my conversations is, you know, what's going on for you? What's happening? How are you feeling? And I need to get some input in order to know exactly how to place my conversation. So even if it's 1 or 2 sentences, it's usually not a long dialogue, and kind of like what Alex said, they'll say something that they're going to complain about. And I just hone in on that and say, you know, I found something that might be helpful with what you just told me. It's completely changed my life. And then I'll say, what do you know about stem cells? I want to anchor it in something that I'm doing and that has really helped me and made a difference. And then I go into, you know, the thing about what do you know about stem cells? And I do my little 2 or 3 sentences on that.
Absolutely. And, you know, like I said, for our product, if it's just real quick, what do you know about stem cells, I think is the most powerful thing. But if you're picking up the phone and you're asking people, how are you doing during these crazy times? And they come back with anything that has stress or emotional related, you need to go into more of what this can do to help them get that sense of joy or peace back. Because I do believe that with the power of X39, that we do have the power within our hands with David and everything he's doing with LifeWave to literally go out and change this world to a more positive place. And that might sound really egotistical and maybe I'm crazy, but I just think we have something that, you know, everybody needs to know about. With all of these testimonials, there was a testimonial that I spoke about that came over from Dr. Joan and Dr. Nicholas. I will put it in the Facebook group today. And then I will also email it out. So if you're on my email list, you'll get it. I think it's very powerful. Everybody I sent it to had just a wow moment of listening to this man talk about how it helped him. I think I can play it, but should I play it real quick for you guys?
It's really powerful.
Yes.
Okay, let me see if I can grab it and play it. From area code. Who did I send it to? Did I send it to you via text, Alex? I think I did.
Yes, that's how you sent it. Do you want me to forward it?
Yeah, send it as a new text. See if I can get it to come up that way.
Okay.
Kathy, in the meantime, I would offer my one-liner.
Awesome.
I'm in the business of helping people who are looking to achieve better health through a new stem cell technology called phototherapy. Ever heard of it?
That's perfect. I love that.
That's one elevator.
And my whole thing about this call is to make sure you guys have that one-liner. And I know mine's a little long. It's not really a one-liner. Everybody needs that because sometimes you only get that quick second. I actually found it here in a voicemail. So.
112, last four numbers 0331. You are unmuted.
Hello, can you hear me okay? Sure can. How are you? What's your name and what's going on? My name is Jerry Hunter. I'm in Austin, Texas. I'm 68. 68 years old, and X39 has given me my life back. Wow. Tell me about your symptoms, Jerry. What happened? How did you get involved? Give us a little history. Go ahead. Take your time. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just getting emotional. This stuff is so incredible. Been there, done that. I've heard it a million times. That's why we're here. So what happened? Well, I was diagnosed with a rare incurable disease about 35 years ago, and I've suffered off and on with it. The symptoms are when I have what I call an attack, the inability to swallow. I literally can't eat.
I just, that's such a profound thing, and I cried through that whole thing. And it's true, Kathy. It is life-changing for us that lost hope. And the joy and the hope that we get back from being at the end of depression is pretty amazing, because I know I had it and I still have it, and I go through joy and hope every single day, being grateful to David Schmidt for this miracle that he's given to us. So, my motto is world peace, one patch at a time, because you can't, once you heal yourself, you're just so peaceful. So let's do that.
Absolutely. All right, you guys, I'm going to sign this off. We're at 9:30. You guys take care, and I'll have this call uploaded by mid-afternoon. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
Thank you.